Well, this is a video on my 1968 or 69 Simplicity 2210 Landlord. It's got a 10 horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine in it. I'm actually going to be doing a series of videos on it. I'm actually going to be tearing it down here in the next 2 weeks. Pull everything off of it. I don't usually pull the transmissions out of them, but I think I will on this one. So like I said, if anybody has any questions on how to pull what something looks like on the inside of a 2210 or a Sovereign or something, let me know. Preferably sooner, because like I said, I'm going to be pulling it apart here soon. If anybody has any questions on how something works or what the inside of something looks like when it's ripped apart, let me know, and I'll try to get you a video up of it or some pictures while I have it ripped apart. Anyhow, like I said, picked it up for $100 last fall. Did not have headlights. It did have, I don't know if you can see it in the picture, there is a ball hitch on the grill. Whoever made it did a really good job of it. Pardon the shaky camera, by the way. I have it on. I'm just taking it with my phone, so I'm trying to be as stable as I can. But no, whoever made it did a really good job of making it. It's actually it's mounted to the grill supports, so I don't know how well it would fare pulling something really heavy. It probably would just rip the grill right off the frame. Maybe not. I really don't know. I don't really care to find out either. But it's got some issues. It does run. It runs quite well, actually. It's got some holes in the hood, and it's actually on that left. Well, from the point of view of the video, it's going to be the left hand, but it's the right hand side from the operator's position. The side cover there, the one that looks whiter than the rest of the frame, I mean the rest of the white stuff on it. That is actually, it's not a reproduction. It's an original side cover. It's been sandblasted and primed. I actually got it on eBay. If anybody's looking for any parts from Simplicity or Alice Chalmers, Lawn and Garden Equipment, his username is the Alice Tractor Man on eBay. Do a search for him. He has a lot of stuff. So, like I said, I've called him a few times and I've got parts through him from eBay, and he's a nice guy. Anyhow, back to the tractor. Original tires on the front. They're the checkered ones. The back, that left-hand tire, you can't see it in the picture. Like I said, left-hand tire from the driver's position if you're sitting on it. Is not an original. The tread is just a little bit different than the right-hand tire, the one you can see in the picture on the back side. Tread's a little bit different. The right-hand tire is the original. Like I said, at least somebody put a tire on there that's as close to the original style as you can get. I hate it when you get these and you'll have one back tire that's a turf, and the one back tire, the other one will be a lug. And you'll have a rib on the one front tire will be ribbed and the other one will be turfed. And you know, it works. It works for just mowing, but if you're going to restore them, it doesn't look real good. I actually got a Alice Chalmers B1. It's got they're not tri-ribs, they're just ribs. Ribbed tires on the front. They don't look real good, but they work. I'll probably pull them off and put the checkered ones like these on them. That's what they're supposed to have. You could order them with, I think you could order them with tri-ribs on the front and eggs on the back from the factory. I don't know how many came with them from the factory. Most people just put them on because they look cool. I have yet to get a tractor with one of them on them. Every one I buy, I see I'm going to put them on. Like this one, I bought it. When I got it, the tires were all flat. Literally every one of them was flat. I'm thinking they're probably all going to leak air. And I'm like, well, if they're all going to leak air, I'm going to put new tires on. I'm going to put eggs on the front, eggs on the back. Well, they all hold air. They just needed new valve stem inserts. In fact, I'll do a video on how to replace a valve stem insert when I rip this thing apart. Because 9 times out of 10, when you got a leaky tire and they don't look real worn, like these have a lot of tread left on them. If they're real worn, you probably got a hole in the tire. But I think 9 times out of 10 for me, it's just been either a bad valve stem or a bad valve stem insert. Like I said, if you got to replace the valve stem, you got to pop the tire off the bead. Inserts, real easy to replace. You just screw them out, screw a new one in. Sometimes they just need to get cleaned and reseated. But I'll do a video on that. Like I said, I put those headlights on. Those are actually homemade brackets. They're really close to the original style ones. Here, I'll get them going a little closer. Hang on, pardon me, I gotta walk around another one of my lawn tractors. More little Simplicity. In fact, that's a 1967 Simplicity Yeoman. I think I'm saying that right. I really don't know. But that was the biggest model they made of this series. And this is the second smallest. I think the smallest they made were the Surfs. But you put these two next to each other, you got the Giant and the Midget. It's interesting how tiny these things are. In fact, these ones, if you look, see if I can do this in video, they actually articulate in the middle. Makes for an interesting ride if you're not used to that. But anyhow, back to the light brackets. These light brackets, all they are is bent pieces of metal that there should be two existing holes in your grill that they bolt on. There's a couple guys on eBay that are selling reproduction light bars for the round top hoods and light brackets for the flat hoods. And the other one is the same on the other side. There you can see the ball hitch. See, it's just bolted to the grill supports. I don't think that's a real strong way of doing it, because I think it'd be real easy to rip that thing right off. Because I mean, they all bolted on there pretty strong. But I think if you're pulling something that weighs, like you got a trailer, if you load it full of firewood and think I'm going to pull it up to the house, and you got almost a ton of firewood in there, it's probably just going to rip this grill right off this thing. But I don't know. I've never tried it. I'm not going to try it, because I just don't want to damage it, because grills are expensive if you can even find them anymore. Oh, and somebody cut a hole in the hood here for some odd reason. I think they did it to try to get a charger onto the battery terminals. You can kind of see in there. But when doing so, because these bolts were actually stuck on, I'm going to pull the hood up. Pardon the shaky camera. You can see the bolts are broken off in the clips. There's the same on the other side. I think there's one or two where the clips are broken off completely. So I have to find some new ones of those. If anybody has a set of those laying around that are good, let me know. I'd be interested in buying them from you. But here, let me pull the hood off there. Try doing that one-handed. You can see the wiring's quite a mess. When they cut that hole in the hood, because I think they used, looks like they used a cutting torch. It's amazing they didn't blow the gas tank up. Maybe it wasn't a real hot cutting torch, but they burnt through one cable was completely melted through. The hot cable, all the insulation was singed off of it around one place. And this isn't the battery that came in it. The battery that came in it looked like it was just about to blow up. But from them cutting it with a cutting torch. So, not a real smart idea. But I put new cables on it. The wiring, it's a mess. It's one of those things where people have patched it and not thought much about it. In fact, I actually cleaned this up. In fact, one of the patchwork somebody had done on this, they had taken a section of electric lamp cord, like what you'd plug in your living room, and used that to patch the wiring. And I couldn't figure out why the amp meter wouldn't work until I pulled the battery out and looked at that. As soon as I pulled that off, got me some 12-volt wire on there, well, the amp meter started turning. It started telling me if I was drawing power or charging. But when you turn the headlights on, you can see it pop over. You can see it pop back. In fact, headlights are pretty bright. I don't know if you can see them real well. Let me turn them off. There you can see them. It does the battery's losing its charge right now. They're pretty bright even with a dead battery. They're halogens, not incandescents. Let me turn them off. Oh, I'll show you the rear light. There's a rear light. It's pretty bright too. I also have a little Harley Davidson bullet light over here. The bolt fell out of, or the nut fell off the bolt the other day, and it's a fine thread nut. Don't know why they did that. So I have to go down to Napa and get a fine thread nut. I'll do that when I pull it all apart. But it's a good little tractor. I need to get either weld up this hole in the dash, or have a custom bushing made, because the holes actually become oblong from somebody running it without a bushing in there. You can see. I don't think it's supposed to do that. In fact, I know it's not supposed to do that. But it does also have its original Nelson can muffler. And we'll see if I can get the little Nelson logo in the picture. I can't. It's so rusty you can't see it. And that muffler is in really good shape. There's enough metal there for me to be able to sand it and paint it. Another thing, I just got a new gas gauge. They're about $24, $25. You can see them on eBay for, you know, $17 or $18, but by the time you pay shipping, it's, I mean, you're gonna have more into it than it's worth just going down to your Simplicity dealer. So like I said, this is just a quick video of what a before video. I'm gonna restore it here this summer, so I'll be doing update videos. Please like my channel or subscribe. That's all I got for now. Later.